With thousands of servers available and more being added all of the time, finding the right one can feel like a long game of trial and error. So here I'll give you some of the best ones I think you need to play, explain why they're so good, what they offer, plus any other information I think is relevant to you so you can decide which one is best. But if I miss one you think should be on the list, drop it in the comments. This entire video features servers recommended to me by your comments, so it really does make a difference and I genuinely do read every single one. If you like the video, please leave a like or a subscribe, it lets me know you want more of this type of content. But without further ado, let's get into the video. Oh crap, I opened my language settings. Guess I'm going to have to write him a strongly worded letter. If you're having trouble accessing servers or loading mods, the video in the top right will help you troubleshoot it. Now, starting off is a server that's grown from one to several, and in my experience has been the easiest way to not only meet other players, but also completely avoid general toxicity you usually experience in some servers. Saying no names. It's called Neo Farmers and it has servers for all levels. The Chernarus server is great for newer players or players who just want a server where you're not constantly killed on sight for no reason. Kill on sight is generally discouraged unless it's justified, such as defending your base or acting in self-defense, so you can still engage in PvP, but most of the time you're going to meet people who actually want to have a conversation with you, and that can even lead to team-ups and has done many times for me. Another benefit is, despite there being no mods to download, meaning you can jump in right away, it actually has a lot of modifications and improvements on the server itself, such as the ability to spawn in a car with a single quick command. They also have a deathmatch server as well as Livonia and Bitterroot, which specifically encourage long-time players, so you do meet some friends and they become continual buddies that you'll get to know and work with for weeks or even months. I've recommended Neo Farmers to so many different people on so many different platforms because it just doesn't let you down, and if you want more information you can always check their website. Next up is a great Sakal map with a bit of a twist. It's called Elden Sakal, a server designed for adventurers who crave a true survival challenge. With a focus on fairness and exploration, only underground bases are allowed, which adds some really cool opportunities and keeps Sakal's unique landscape open and free from base restrictions. You know, when somebody builds a base over an area you really wanted to search for the gun in. Random airdrops add an element of unpredictability, rewarding people willing to risk it with valuable loot. It also has snowmobiles, which offer a cool way to explore Sakal. Elden Ring tries to offer a good amount of challenge and is definitely a map someone with a little more survival under their belt would benefit from playing. It's well balanced and its community is growing every week. I had a lot of fun here and will continue to. It's the perfect map for anybody who's played Sakal and wants to play Sakal a little bit differently. Next up is another one I've been saying for years is such an incredible server. It's called Intense, and it's a hardcore server designed for players who are specifically seeking a challenge and immersive survival. With a focus on realism, this is by far the most difficult server you'll probably ever play. It features increased survival mechanics, including limited resources, harsher weather conditions, and a more dangerous environment than a private jet flight with Sean Combs, with amplified threats from both the infected and other survivors. The server just has this tense atmosphere, encouraging tactical gameplay, exploration, and a high level of player interaction, and a lot of close calls. Intense also integrates custom content with a unique approach and balanced loot distribution to keep gameplay dynamic and engaging. Whether you're a lone wolf or part of a team, Intense offers a true test of survival. If you can survive here, you can probably survive anywhere. Just a heads up, if you've made it this far into the video, you might not actually hate the content, and if that's true, maybe leave a subscribe, it genuinely does help me out. Love you, and let's continue. Next up, if you're looking to turn up the intensity with a more hardcore DayZ experience and refined PvP, Karma Crew has some of the best servers out there, offering Livonia, Chernarus, Namalsk, Altaria, and even Sakal options. The servers focus on delivering an immersive experience by taking what DayZ already has, but balancing it in a more up-to-date way, which puts it miles ahead of most servers around it. For players keen on teaming up, Karma Crew provides useful opportunities to meet other players. Whether you're a solo or part of a group, finding a good teammate is usually not too difficult. And with a large and active community, there are always people to connect with. The admin team is incredible incredibly attentive, and the server features custom map additions and events including unique bunker systems, as well as guns, base building improvements and so on that make it truly stand out. But despite its hardcore nature, this server isn't just for veterans. Newer players can also get started quickly too. There's a reason Karma Crew has such a good reputation amongst long-term players, and if you jump on, you'll probably see why pretty quickly. Next, we have a different kind of experience. It's a Vanilla Plus server, and it's called Middle Grounds, and it offers a finely tuned Vanilla Plus DayZ experience, combining the raw intensity of survival with subtle enhancements that keeps gameplay fair and immersive. With a really balanced loot economy, you won't stumble across military grade gear at every turn. Survival here is about resourcefulness and adaptation. It's just a really fun server, and it has active admins with lots of quality of life tweaks to enhance gameplay without compromising the core DayZ experience. And that's what they set out to do, to provide a better than normal experience, and they actually do it. Middle Ground stands out as a community focused server, and it's really why I included it in the list. Regular updates are driven by feedback. It has 2 maps, Deer Isle and Sakal. It's engaging, dynamic. This is another server that's great for anyone who wants to set up a long-term home, and it's another one I'm just going to keep going back to. Next up is a server I'm really excited to talk about. It's called DayZ. Now, DayZ is a survival-focused DayZ server set on the harsh and unforgiving terrain of the Malsk. Featuring modded servers, underground bases, and unique survival mechanics, it offers players a gritty and immersive experience. The server emphasizes player-driven stories and interactions with a tight-knit, consistent community that enhances the sense of camaraderie and rivalry. Custom features like unique weapons and the ability to construct secure underground shelters add depth and survival challenge, while the server's regular events and active moderation keep gameplay fresh and engaging. For those seeking a blend of high-stakes survival and community-driven adventures, DayZ delivers on all fronts.
I don't know who this Silver Fox guy is over here, this garlic and pepper guy.
He's talking about me.
But I'm telling you right now, he's a lady killer, if I've ever seen one.
Oh,
what's your name, sir?
wow.
My name's the Lady Killer. Next up is a good server with a great reputation. It's called Ground Zero. Ground Zero takes the DayZ experience to the next level, specializing in creating an intense and immersive survival environment that rewards strategy and adaptability. With dedicated US and EU servers, it offers a perfect blend of hardcore survival and action-packed encounters. The server excels in providing dynamic base building opportunities, tense PvP scenarios, and unique exploration challenges that keep every session fresh. From battle and harsh weather conditions to scavenging for rare gear and securing your territory, Ground Zeroes is great for long term. It keeps things fresh, it keeps things moving, and it pushes you to the edge of survival with a large and consistent community, meaning you're never too far away from meeting somebody. And that can either go really well or really not well. If you want a server where decisions count, with underground bases, airdrops, key cards, drugs, and some cool unique mods, Ground Zero is where your story begins. But if this still isn't it, then the absolute best thing I can recommend is watching this video here, where I'll show you even more servers, or click here for something else. And as always, until next time.